Hello, today I just wanted to talk about the VAT changes coming in that affect the construction industry. So these changes were due to come in back in 2019, but then were subsequently delayed till 2020, and then unfortunately the pandemic and everything else sort of got in the way. So these changes come into effect from the 1st of March 2021. So this is where VAT-registered subcontractors will no longer charge VAT on certain construction services to another VAT-registered business. Instead, the customer or the contractor will self-account for any VAT due, and this is known as the reverse charge. So the reverse charge is actually being introduced by HMRC to cover what they class as missing trader fraud. Okay, so this is where construction companies are set up and deliver services, but then what happens is with the VAT that they charge to their customers on their sales, rather than pay over to HMRC, they keep that money, shut the company and disappear. Okay, so obviously this is an area that HMRC has been quite concerned over, and they needed a mechanism to help reduce this, and this is what this reverse charge is designed to do. So the reverse charge rules will mean that the VAT will no longer flow around the supply chain, but instead it will only be paid when it reaches an end user or a private individual. Okay, so with the current rules, the appropriate rate of VAT is charged on the services provided by a subcontractor. The contractor will then recover this VAT where they're entitled to do so. But what it will mean from the 1st of March is that VAT-registered subcontractors will not charge VAT on their invoices to the main contractor, but the main contractor instead will account for the VAT on their own VAT return under this reverse charge mechanism. So they will actually claim the VAT as input VAT, as they would have done normally, but what they will also have to do is record the subcontractor's output VAT. So the contractor has both elements on their tax return. They have the output VAT, the input VAT, and the two will net off. Okay, so it is quite a big change that's come in, but on the contractor's VAT return, it will in essence go in and out. There are actually some exceptions to the reverse charge by way of certain construction services. But again, this can get quite detailed, so I'll talk about that more at the end. But the main exception that you need to be aware of is where the recipient of the services is what we call an end user. And this is someone that receives construction services but does not supply them on. So the best example for this is a person who owns a property being worked on. They would be an end user. So basically, the reverse charge will only apply in general if both parties are VAT registered and supply construction services. So in relation to this big change coming in, what do you actually need to really be prepared for? So it is a big change, and the key elements are it's going to affect how you produce invoices, it's going to affect how you do your bookkeeping. Obviously, there are slightly different rules that you'll have to comply with depending on whether you're a subcontractor, a contractor, but remember you could be both in a chain of things. So you're going to need to make sure your bookkeeping software can handle this new mechanism, whether you're a subcontractor, contractor, or both. You're going to need to make sure your invoices comply with this new set of rules. In relation to, obviously, if you're a subcontractor, you would have normally charged invoice on your charge VAT on your invoice. That's no longer going to happen. Instead, you're going to show that the supply falls under the reverse charge. But also any person that you then deal with in the future who is also in the construction industry and VAT registered, you're going to need to find out where you stand with them. So what are the services you're supplying? Are they caught by the reverse charge? Making sure you understand, who your customers are. Are they within CIS? Are they VAT registered? So there might be a bit more sort of investigation work in relation to the services that you provide. Now, I've obviously just talked about the main elements of the rules, and as any big change comes in, there are a lot more quirks, exceptions that you have to be aware of. So, we have got more information on our website, so do take a look at that. But, don't be afraid. Go talk to your accountant. Come talk to us. We can happily help you with everything I've talked about, from understanding what these rules actually mean for you and your specific business, but also helping you with the bookkeeping side of things. What are you going to have to change to comply with these new rules? So do get in touch with us today. Please get in touch with us via telephone. We can arrange a free initial consultation. Or contact us through our website, or send us an email. All the information should now appear on screen, but I hope you found this little summary video helpful. Thank you.